Everyone, this is Paul Osborne from MyScoutBuddy.com. MyScoutBuddy is a new and innovative way for scouts and their families to track door-to-door fundraising sales. Every scout has heard, "Sorry buddy, but you're the third scout that's been here." MyScoutBuddy aims to fix that. By using MyScoutBuddy, you will be able to find target areas and avoid those houses that have already been sold to. In this video, I'll show you how to use ScoutBuddy and some of its features. Let's jump right in. First things first, you'll need to create an account. Simply click the sign up button, fill in your information, your password, confirm your password, select which state you live in, and then agree to the terms and conditions and that you are at least 13 years old. Click the sign up button. When you're registered, you'll see your name across the top and more options available in the menu. The next step in using MyScoutBuddy.com is to join a campaign. The campaign code is unique to each fundraising campaign, and you'll get this from your Scout office. In this case, we're going to use VID 682. I'll click the button. Once I've done this, I can see campaign information as well as all the councils that are participating in that fundraising campaign. Click the link for whichever council you belong to. Once you click that, there will be a list of troops and packs. Now, finding your troop or pack is easy. You can simply type in the numbers up here in the search box, and the results will be filtered right away. Once you've found your troop or pack, click the Join Campaign button. This will join you to the campaign under your troop or pack. You can now see in the green banner that you've successfully been enrolled in the campaign, and you can see that you belong to this troop or pack, and you also have a green check mark here. Now the next step is sales. Click the Sales Map button, and the map will load. If you get this banner across the top that it says your MyScoutBuddy.com wants to use your computer's location, click Allow. This is how we know where you're at, and we can automatically load the map for you. When the map is loaded, it will find your current location and zoom you in on that spot. Now, one thing I want to show right off the bat is you can zoom out the map just like any other Google map. So you can pull back on the map. The reason I did this is to show a couple of things. One is the map details. This is a legend of the map and what the different pins mean that you're about to see. You can see the green is a sale, yellow is not at home, red is not interested, black is already bought, and purple is delivery pending. And the red X's are the registered sex offenders that are pulled in automatically into the map. So you can see here, not too far from my own neighborhood, I got a few of these red X's. I can click on the X for the name of the offender, and that's it. I can zoom in on that location to see exactly which house they're at. This way I know which houses to also stay away from. I'll go over to these houses on Sandalwood Drive. If I click on this house here on the corner, I now get a purchase status. So I select what happened at that home. I have a sale, not at home, not interested, already bought, or delivery pending. These are the same statuses from the pins in the legend. So I'll click not at home for this house. Hit the submit button, and you see a yellow pin dropped at that house. I'll click the next house. I'll say they're not interested. I'll click the submit button. They got a red pin. And the next house, and say we got our first sale. I hit the submit button, and now I have a list of items that are already part of that campaign that I can choose from. It said they had one butter light and also one butter microwave. I'll now scroll to the bottom and hit the save button. After selecting your items, this customer information screen will display. Here you can enter the customer's name an email address if you want it. You can also take feedback from the customers in case they give it to you. The customer's address will also be displayed. We'll default an address here based on Google Maps, but you're free to change it if you want. The address, the city, and the state are all displayed. There's also a spot for apartment if you need it. Once you've verified it or changed it, you can click the submit button. And now our green pin has dropped. So you can do this over and over again. And before long, you'll be able to see that pins everywhere will be displayed on the map. Now where the strength of this comes in is if I log out and sign in with a different account, this is a different account, and I'll also join this campaign. I'll click the submit button. I'm going to be in the same council as our other user, but I'll be in a different troop. So I can see here that Troop 1 has one person joined to it. I'm going to join as Troop 2. So I'll join the campaign. And you can see I'm part of other campaigns. So I'm going to go to the sales map. I'm going to select the map for our video test. If you're only part of one active campaign at a time, you won't see this screen. This is just set up with the ability to handle multiple campaigns. So I'm part of our video test campaign. The map will load in just 1 second here. And I can see that there's already pins here. I can click on a pin to see who did it. And if it was my pin, I'd be able to edit them. So I'm going to drop a pin here on this house. And say it's a delivery pending. I got one Butter Light microwave and maybe one coffee. I'll hit the save button. Now this is where address gets important because I need to bring those items back later. Enter in the customer's name, and our purple pin drops. If I click that pin, now you can see I have an edit button and a delete button, and it says delivery pending for Troop 2. But these pins over here at Troop 1, I can't edit them. It's because they're not my pins. So I can change this now, come back a week later and deliver the product, hit submit, just verify my products, hit save. And now our green pin has dropped. Now that our purple pin is green, I'm going to pause this and populate the map with a bunch of pins. I'll be back in just a minute to show you what the map looks like. We have a lot more pins. Some greens, yellow, a couple reds, and a couple black. So you can see how a couple of scouts working together can really give us all a lot more information. But what's also fun is we have this filter button. I can see just my pins. You'll notice these 4 here below will disappear. I go to filter, my pins. Those 4 are gone. I'm just left with my pins. If I want to see just my troop, I'm part of Troop 2. So those are just my pins. Now if other boys from Troop 2 are out there, I'd be able to see just their pins. If I want to see my council pins, those pins are back. Or all pins. If there were several councils participating, I'd be able to see pins from all the councils. So that's the filter option. Now I know what you're saying is that after a night of out there selling popcorn, the last thing you want to do is come back online to enter your information. The site is also mobile friendly and can be used from any Android device. There's no app yet, but it can be used from any mobile device that's connected to the internet. We also have an iPhone app that's out. So what I'm going to display now is our iPhone interface. So this is the iPhone screen. As you can see in front of me, we have an app for an iPhone. I've put in my login information. I'm going to click the sign in button. So it's going to sign in. When I'm signed in, it'll take me to my campaigns. I want to see this video test campaign, so I'll click on it, and it takes me to campaign details. In the campaign details here, I can see how much I've sold, how much the campaign has sold in total, and the top seller for the campaign. I can click right to the sales map, and using the GPS on my phone, it zooms right in on my location. There's a few other pins available because I placed some while the video was paused. But you can see all those pins that were entered before, and again you can see all the streets. The Apple Maps are just a little bit different from the Google Maps, and that the standard view doesn't show the houses, or not all of them anyway. I can click this button here in the middle, standard view, and I can change it to satellite view, and that gives me a few more options on what I'm looking at. I can see houses now. It is a little more cluttered, but you have the ability to switch back and forth. If I click this plus sign over here on the right hand side, the menu will come out with the different pins. So I can click and drag a red pin out here, or to drop it on my GPS location, I just tap the pin. So I just tap the red pin. It's going to ask me, do I want to add to current location? I'll click yes, and it's a little hard to see, but it's there behind the black one. And you can see, because it's my pin, I have the ability to delete that. So the red pin is gone. I'll also delete the black pin. I'm going to delete this yellow pin that was also in the way. And we'll demonstrate this again. I'll tap my green pin. Do I want to add it? I'll click yes. And now I'm presented with a list of items again. Let's say they took 1 campfire conniption. Click done. And add product. I can now enter the customer information again. Verify the address if I want it. Take any feedback I might have gotten. And click add customer info. That pin is now in place. I also have this filter available up above, just like the website. I can see just my pins. So you can see those other pins from the top of that horseshoe over here. Those are gone. Those same pins, these ones here. If I go to my troop, again, I'd be able to see more pins if they were available. I'm in troop 1. Go to my council. I can see all the pins. And if I wanted to see, again, all pins if there were multiple councils participating. Under the menu here, I have other options. I can go back to the sales map again. I can go to the order summary, which tells me all the statuses that I had and how many. So I had 1 not at home, 2 not interested, 0 already bought, and 0 delivery pending. I go back to the menu. I can view my orders. The button here to open. And here at the order summary, it tells me how much in dollars I had for a sale and the number of occurrences I had for not at home and not interested. Back here at view orders, I can see my sale and my pending delivery orders. So Joe Smith on 3/11 had a total of 2 packages for $40. Joe had on 3/11 1 for $20. Steve J had 1 for $15 on 3/11, and you can see the rest of them. If I want to see the details on this, I can simply tap that line and it will load the sale detail with name, address, and the items purchased. If I go back, I'm going to go to the sales map, and I'm going to enter in a purple pin. So I'll drop that in the location. Say they got 1 double butter. Click done. I'm going to add product. And now pending deliveries, this address is important, so I'm going to correct this. I'll enter in the customer's name, verify the address, take any feedback the customer might have. Say this is quality, great popcorn. I'll add customer info. That purple pin has now dropped in place. When I go look at my orders, I have all orders and pending delivery. You can also see, so I have delivery for Paul O. I can mark as sold, or if I have too many and the screen is really long, I can go over here to pending delivery. I just tap the pending delivery, and now my one order is on there. I can click the line again to see what it was. From any of these screens, I have this mark as sold option available. I'm gonna go back. Again, you can see it here, all orders, mark as sold, pending delivery, I can mark it as sold, or in the order details. I'll click mark as sold, and the status has been changed to a sale for one item for a total of $30. Also under the menu is a contact us option, so you can send us some feedback or information if you want. The about, and there's an FAQ section available also. I'm going to close the app now and refresh the map. So the map will load in just a second, and you'll be able to see all the pins that are on there. So what about a report at the end? I can click my campaign, I can see all the campaigns that I've been a part of, and I can click video test. This printer icon, there's a report available. If I click that, I can see all the items that have been sold. Under this user is Paul Osborne, Troop 2 for Council 1. Here's all the items I sold without the customer information for a grand total of $340. I can see the customer, what they bought, and whether it's been delivered or not. If I click the print button, this brings up a printer view that I can print in landscape mode or portrait. Landscape looks a lot better, so I'm going to change that. So you can see in landscape mode here, I can see my order summary with just my items and quantity, and now my order details with customer information and subtotal for each customer. So this can be used as your order sheet at the end of your fundraising campaign. I click the icon to go back to My Scout Buddy, and now we're back here at the beginning of My Scout Buddy again. Again, so this has been MyScoutBuddy.com. I'm excited to present this to scouting families. If you have any questions on how to get a hold of me or how to use it, feel free to talk to your district executive. They have my contact information. Or be great to use the Contact Us link available on the website. Thanks for watching.